we had a strategy that was real. And I looked across the table, and there was Sharika, and she was just grinning. And you know, she knew I was no longer a fraud because I wasn't afraid. So I want to start now and share with you the toughest conversation anyone ever had with me in my career. Oh, wait, now I can see by the look on your faces, you're getting distracted. You're looking at this picture and you're saying, oh, she has not aged a bit in 25 years. So I had just been promoted to my very first executive role in human resources, and it was concurrent with a merger at Verizon. So all of the players were new, a new head of HR, new executive stakeholders to support. And because life is sometimes messy, I was also going through a divorce. And I was trying to navigate a new life in a new home as a single mom. And I did not tell a soul. Now, we all know this is illegal, but I was worried, right? If anyone found out, people would say something like, well, she must be under a lot of stress. We don't want to give her any more, so this is probably not the right time to promote her. Or how is she going to navigate being a single mom and traveling from Baltimore to Manhattan for all these meetings? She's young, there's runway. Maybe we'll wait till a different time. So I didn't tell a soul. Now, my very first job was to build a diversity council. And so I brought together people from sales and marketing and customer service and IT, all different ages, races, gender, sexual orientation, together to take and tap into their personal experiences in the two companies that were merging and to use that to inform our strategy. And it was going so great. People were really, really tapping in and sharing their deepest truths. We had Juan who said, you know what, I was just at a management offsite the other day, and one of our senior leaders, I was standing outside in my suit, he handed me his keys. He thought I was the valet. And then Susan said, you know what it's like to try to navigate a job in a call center here? I'm a single mom and the schedules change every 2 weeks. How am I supposed to manage daycare? I'm on stage 4 for attendance. I'm looking for another job. Right? So we used all that to inform our strategy. It was 3 weeks before we were getting ready to present to the senior team. And Sharika, who was the sales director on the council, burst into my office. And she is looking at all the pictures on my desk, and she picks up this picture. And she hands it to me. And she said, girl, you are a fraud. I came by your office the other day, and your assistant let me in to put some papers on your desk. And there are pictures all over your desk of you and a little boy and no man. You're a single mom. All this time, you had us tell our deepest truths, and it doesn't occur to you that this might be relevant information to the council? The truth is that executives like you are afraid to be who you are at work, and if you're afraid, we're all afraid. And she was right. Because sometimes executives like me were afraid to be who we were at work. And our strategy was incomplete. We needed a communication plan where leaders could show up and be real, so other people could show up and be real. So I went back to the council and I said, you guys, I have something to share. I'm a single mom. And they say, oh, we know, Sharika told us. And I said, the strategy is incomplete. We've got to build an executive communication plan into this. And we did. And 6 months later, the whole team was invited to come to New York City to receive a major award, the Verizon Excellence Award at Cipriani's, because we had a strategy that was real. And I looked across the table, and there was Sharika, and she was just grinning, and you know, she knew I was no longer a fraud because I wasn't afraid. Now, arguably, Sharika could have had that tough conversation in a different way. But she ditched the diaper genie, and she told the truth, and it had a massive impact on that strategy. So we're going to share with you today our INSPIRE model for having tough conversations. And this is a technique that you can use. And I'm going to play with Sharika's example and replay that conversation in that way. So it starts with initiate. You initiate the conversation. Hey, do you have a minute? Right? My favorite initiate is, I really care about you and your career, and I want you to be successful. Do you have a minute? Right? Then N, notice. You notice, and we're very specific and deliberate about using the word notice because you can only notice a behavior. You can't notice an attitude, right? Not, I notice you have a bad attitude. No, I notice that when you enter these meetings, you have your arms folded, you're not listening to what everybody's saying. That is a behavior. So then S, you provide supporting evidence. P, then you probe. Here is where you ask open-ended questions to get them to reflect on the behavior. So let's play this with the Sharika example. Hey, Karin, do you have a minute? I noticed that you've been encouraging everybody to share their personal experiences, and you haven't shared any of yours. S, for example, Juan told his experience, right? We heard about the experience in the call centers. Probe, what's going on? Why are you not sharing your truth? Then you invite them to come up with solutions to the behavior that you're looking to change. You notice who's doing most of the talking in this conversation, right? Invite, what do you think you could do next? Karin, what do you think would be the next best leadership move for this council? And then you go to review. Here's where you review the solution that they've come up with. And then E, you enforce. You come up with a time and a place that you're going to check back to see how things have gone. Karin, let's have coffee after you have that conversation with the council. We can talk about how it went. So that's the INSPIRE model. Thanks for watching. Contact us to book a keynote or to talk more about how we can help you grow leaders in your organization.
And if you enjoyed this video, hit like or hit subscribe so you can get more practical leadership inspiration.